Ready to go? Here's Francisco Lindor. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
This one in the air, center field. One down. One out, man at first. Now the third baseman, Bo Bichette. And a foul ball. The 0-1. In the air to left center. Marcy on his way over. Brings it in. 2 down. The batter now, Jorge Polanco. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. And that one is off the wall.
Wastes no time there. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
And now it's Luis Robert. Yeah, don't need much damage here, just a base hit. Likely will score 2. Hard hit into the gap, should bring in 2. 1 runs in. Throw in holds that trail runner at third base. They're at the corners with 2 away.
Always feels good when you come through and get your team on the board first. Really good swing right there. You got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Now at the plate, Brett Beatty. Smash towards center. Marcy under this one. And that'll do it. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now 1-0. Leading off, Jacob Marcy.
This afternoon, the center fielder, number 87.
Popped up. Peralta. And there's 1 away. Okay, let's check out the lineup. Already trailing by a run in this one. They'll be looking to get on the scoreboard early on as well.
Well, it's just the 1 run, so not too big a hill to climb. But, yeah, if they can answer back in this inning or at least in the next couple, that'll maybe settle everyone into this ball game, and that includes their own starter on the mound.
Here's the second baseman, Xavier Edwards.
I'm impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, and you can play around a little bit more as the bat expands.
Gets down, base hit. And a man aboard. Next to hit, Agustin Ramirez. This one in the air. Lindor. Oops, he came home with it. Into third now. So runners at the corners and 1 out. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Otto Lopez. There's a strike.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
2 on, 1 out. High fly ball, right field. Benj settles underneath it, brings it in. Runner tags from third. In from third is the tying run.
That play really shows how important it is to hit the cutoff man. Looked like he tried to throw through and get the runner at home, but it backfired, and it ended up costing them a run. I remember my rookie year overthrowing a cutoff man.
And he got him. Strike three, and that'll retire. Back here at Lone Depot Park, we move ahead to the top of the second now. Marcus Semien up now for the Mets. Fought off foul. And that one hammered Marcy, giving chase. That one hops against the fence. So up next for New York, Carson Benj.
I just love watching Alcantara get ready for games, Boog. He turns into a different person, just usually cracking jokes and having a good time. But start days are a different story. That's when things get serious for this guy.
One away. And next for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. That one is absolutely belted. And it one-hops the wall. And they'll have runners at the corners after a one-out single.
Big rip off the bat there. Some seriously loud contact on that knock. Didn't bring in the run, but he got him that much closer to taking the lead here.
Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. Scored the first run of the game back in the first after a single to reach base. Swung on, belted. Way back there. Out of here. He'll take a jog around the bases. One down. Here's Juan Soto. Fly to center his first time. That's ripped, and this one could be extra bases. Bo Bichette up to the dish. He's 0 for 1. Grounder might be 2. Here's Edwards for 1. Double play. And that'll do it for the inning. Mets get 3 on this homer. It's now a 4-1 ball game. Bottom of the second. And now for the Marlins, Griffin Conine.
Griffin Conine.
Conine in his second season, 28 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2018. Got him. One away.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you could take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
And he's got himself a triple.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. In the air, left field. That's a base hit as a run scores. And it gets by him. They're still chasing it as he rounds second.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. Just a bloop hit behind third right there, and that's a really tough play for a third baseman or shortstop to get to, and the same for the left fielder. So he just found a perfect place to drop that one in right there.
Fastball for a strike. Assigned to home plate duty is Ricky Holiday. Now a pop-up on the infield. But there's no play. That's an infield single. So digging in, Jacob Marcy. And a foul ball. Deal one. Swinging a foul straight back. Man at first, one away. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Left field. And that'll fall for a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone. Xavier Edwards gets a chance to hit here. Line to right, base hit. Runner around third. He'll score and they've tied it. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He scores and they have the lead.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run.
In the air, right field. Bench should have this one. He makes the grab. Runner tags for home. He scores on the sac fly, and they lead by 2. Lopez in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Foul ball there. Two down, nobody on. Stays alive.
Wow, he got away with a mistake right there.
This to center field. Can't get there, base hit. And that extends the inning.
Up next for the Marlins,
Christopher Morel, the next up for the Marlins.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Offense exploding for 5 so far in the inning. Bottom half of inning number 2. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Set down on strikes. That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. Back here in Miami, top half of the 3rd inning, Jorge Polanco up now for the Mets. Oh, look at the stop. Throw to first, and they get the out. So here's Robert now. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. Hammered, base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
So now the DH spot, Brett Beatty. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Konai settles under this one. Takes it in for the out. Here is Marcus Semien. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. On the ground to the left. Lopez. They get the force. That's the third out. Inning over. Mets strand 1. And the score remains 6-4. Back here at Lone Depot Park. And now for the Marlins, Griffin Konai. Popped up. Lindor settles underneath it. 1 up, 1 down. Graham Pauley getting ready to hit. And first offering is fouled off. Right through there for a strike.
Well, he looks fresh out there. Just needs to get a little more confidence and remember how good he's been in the past.
Into the outfield, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next for the Marlins, the right fielder.
And now the right fielder, Owen Casey. That one to first. And he takes it himself for the out. So up next, Connor Norby. Yeah, that's fouled off. Runner at second, 2 down here in the last half of the third. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Make it. Start of the fourth. Now it's the right fielder, Carson Benj. There's a swing and a drive. That's back. And it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. Relay throw to second, and he's out, trying for 2.
Got to love the hustle and the attitude there to try to stretch that single into a double, but unfortunately thrown out at second base. He was so close to being in scoring position.
Now Francisco Alvarez. Ripped, but it curls foul. The Mets down by a pair. Top half of inning number 4. This one in the air, center field. Marcy in position. And a couple of quick outs.
Up next for the Mets, the shortstop, Francisco
Back
Lindor.
to the top of the Mets order, Francisco Lindor, the next to hit. He's already homered here in this one. And that one fouled off. Right through there for a strike. This one in the air. And that is that. Down in order go the Mets. They trail it here 6-4. Bottom of the inning. Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter, Jacob Marcy. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Marlins putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. 5 of their hits have come from at-bats where they were behind in the count, so they're really battling up there.
Oh no, he threw it home, and he gets to first safely as a result. So I think I'll just sit here quietly in disbelief. He's got it. One down. One out man at first. A goose runner on the go. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And there's 2 away. Digging in, Otto Lopez. And that is out of play. In the air, right field, Bench makes his way towards it, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And that is that. Marlins lead 1. They're up 6-4. Back here in Miami, ready now for the 5th inning. Juan Soto up now for the Mets. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That one back. And brings it in at the wall.
Almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch. Man, he's going to want that one back, no doubt.
That's a hit. And that's a 1-out single. Next is the cleanup hitter for the Mets, Jorge Polanco. 1 for 2. Swing and a hard hit liner up the middle to base hit. Back-to-back singles. They take the force out. 2 down. Here's Luis Robert.
Really nice swing in his last at bat. Shot a line drive into center field.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one carrying. Out of here.
Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. Hard hit left side. In plenty of time to first. Inning over. Mets had 2 runs on this blast. And we're all even now at 6 apiece. This is NL East Baseball here on MLB The Show. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And now for the Marlins, Christopher Morel. That one hammered center field. Way back there, it's got a chance. Feeling for the wall as he makes the catch. And now it's going to be Griffin Conant.
The left fielder, Griffin. Showtime.
Right side. Oops, he came home with it. And he gets to first safely as a result. So I think I'll just sit here. Quietly in disbelief. Hawley in the box here and fouls it off for strike one. Fouled off. He was late. Goes down looking.
No, that's not the best two-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you.
Two gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. Swings through that one for strike two. And he hits a ground ball right side. Oh no, he threw it home. And of course everybody's going to be safe. Yikes. Connor Norby, the next up for the Marlins. Swing at a ground ball. Oops, he came home with it. Safe at first as they can't make the play. Jacob Marcy digs in now. High fly ball out to left field. Can't make the play, and this could clear the bases. One run's in. They've cleared the bases. And now 9-6. Save! Can you believe it? An inside the park grand slam. Polanco. He steps on the bag, ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. So they move out in front after a 4-run outburst. We're through 5. It's the Marlins 10 and the Mets 6. We're back with a look at key moments so far in this one. Righty reliever out of the pen, Michael Peterson.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Now it's Marcus Semien.
Well, these Mets doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. Double-digit hits and 0 strikeouts. I don't know which of those is more impressive, but especially in today's game, that's something they can feel very good about.
Right through there for a strike. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Caught him looking for the K.
Well, that at-bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at-bat.
And that one is lifted in the air. Marcy moving under this one. And there are 2 outs.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
The catcher, number 4.
And now the catcher comes up to him. Francisco Alvarez. Miami's bull. And with some action, John King, a left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. In the air, left field. He won't get there. That should be extra bases.
that play looks routine defensively, but with all of the little nooks, it can get real tricky down in the corner. Kept it to a long single. Nice defensive play.
So the lineup flips over. Francisco Lindor now at the plate. Ripped on a line to center. Marcy on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Mets lead one as the lead holds at 10-6. Back here at Lone Depot Park. Now it's the Marlins catcher, Agustin Ramirez. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Marlins doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're only swinging at pitches inside the zone. Chasing hasn't been an issue at all. Less than 10% of their swings have been at pitches outside the zone. League average right now, somewhere around 30%.
And there's one away. Otto Lopez, the next up for the Marlins.
Filling up the strike zone hasn't been the problem so far. It's the quality of the strikes. That's been the real issue. And you look at the first inning, that's what we saw. Too many pitches out over the plate.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. 2 away. 2 down, base is empty. Christopher Morel, the next up for the Marlins. 0-1 now. Right through there for a strike. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Has room and he makes the catch. Miami. Back here in Miami, we go to the top of the 7th. Juan Soto up now for the Mets. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Late on that fastball.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Drilled to right, way back there, and that is gone. Juan Soto goes deep, and they close the gap. It's 10-7.
That home run narrows the gap between these two. This one isn't over yet. Power versus power right there, like two locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
And next for New York, Bo Bichette, 1 for 3.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the top half of inning number 7. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Struck him out looking. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
No, that was a pretty poor at bat. He just never got the bat off of his shoulder. I mean, you got to go up there looking to swing at some point, especially once you're down 0-2. And at that point, make an adjustment, look to put the ball in play if it's anywhere close. And I'm just not sure what the plan was there.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Jorge Polanco. Hey. Dives and he can't hang on. Flips it. Nicely done for the out.
This is what it's all about on that right side of the diamond when you've got the first baseman involved and the pitcher as well. First baseman does a great job, knocks the ball down, gets away from him a little bit, doesn't panic. The pitcher's exactly where he's supposed to be. Nice feed and a nice play for the out.
This one in the air right field, and that is that. The Mets do pick up a run on this solo blast. It's now 10-7. This is NL East Baseball here on MLB The Show. Bottom of the 7th, and now for the Marlins, Griffin Conine. In the air right side of the infield, Polanco. And there's one down.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Hey!
Next offering is fouled back. 0-2 now. See ya! Strikes him out for the second time today.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
Casey, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1. That one pushed foul. Fights it off. He'll see another. 2 down, nobody on. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 0-2. And he can't come up with it. Oh, no, he threw it home. And he gets to first safely as a result. So I think I'll just sit here quietly in disbelief.
Hey!
Casey off of first with 2 away. Right through there for a strike. Battling here as he fouls it away. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Picks up strikeout number 7. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Calvin Fauché. That one lifted to left. Konai under it. And there's one away. Stepping in, Marcus Semien.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
There's a line drive to left field. 2 down.
Up next for the Mets.
And up next for New York, Carson Bench. He's 1 for 3. Picked up his first major league hit earlier.
Well, there's no time for him to be reflective right now, but you know he will be later on. The pressure's off a little bit with that first knock out of the way, though.
And that is that. On to the bottom of the 8th. Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter, Jacob Marcy. On the ground to first. Oops, he came home with it. And he gets to first safely as a result. So I think I'll just sit here quietly in disbelief. Man at first, nobody out. And up next for Miami, Xavier Edwards. Runner on the move. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. Here's the 0-2. Got him looking for the strikeout. Strikeout number 8.
Gosh, here it is. Hit it. 3-pitch strikeout. All fastballs. Man, he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch right now.
Runner takes off. No throw. He's in there safely. Man at second. Swinging a foul out of play. That's ripped into the outfield. This one could be trouble. Rounds third, headed for the plate. And they're up by 4.
Picks himself up an RBI. So much of good hitting is finding holes in the defense. That's why you're always thinking line drive into the gap. Those kinds of swings really boost your confidence.
Base hit into center field. Runner from second scores as they add on. 1 out. Runner at second. Christopher Morel, the next up for the Marlins. Alvarez under it. And there are 2 down. Now the left fielder, Griffin Konai. And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Swings through that.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
That is the inning. Through 8 full, the Marlins out front. It's 12-7. Last chance coming up here for the Mets. Back here at Lone Depot Park, we go to the 9th. Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. Out towards right center field. And there's one down.
Up next for the Mets, the shortstop,
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. He's already homered in this game.
Some hitters are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Down an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Got him looking. Only 1 out remaining for the Mets. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Calvin Fauché is done. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. So the Marlins go with a new arm, John King.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here. So
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. So he gets on base and keeps it going. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. That one ripped, and that's got extra bases written all over it. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away. So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Jorge Polanco. 1 for 4 with a double. Hit hard on the ground is short. Throw to first is in time, and that'll do it. The Marlins slug their way to a win in this one. 12-7 your final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.